Ladies and gentlemen, what the world has been waiting for, what the world needs now, the one, the only amazing original, Johnny Blaze. Often imitated, but never duplicated. There's Johnny.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you all to the original Johnny Blaze Show. It's great to be here as I blaze right in with my karate kick. Let's have a blazing hot fun time. Ladies and gentlemen, despite all the recent news about the vaccine, social distancing rules are still being enforced. I never thought I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole would become national policy, but that's the way it is. Actually, this social distancing has been around for years before the virus even started. Back then, it wasn't a 6-foot rule. It was 6 states. Just ask my ex. She'll explain everything. Before COVID, my car got 30 miles to the gallon. Now, thanks to the quarantine, my car gets 3 weeks to the gallon. Always remember, folks, every generation in our nation's history has been forced to meet great challenges. Our ancestors fought fascism and communism. Our generation has even been told to wear funny masks and stop hoarding toilet paper. I tried to get the COVID vaccine the other day, but I was told it's only available to those 75 and over. I asked them, could you make an exception for me? I've been 39 since 1974. It used to be, ask not what your country can do for you. Now, it's when do I get my $1,400 check? It used to be the only thing that we have to fear is fear itself. Now, it's someone just coughed. I'm running back home to binge watch Netflix. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a blazing hot, very exciting show with a special guest. He is the owner and creator of the very first karaoke bar in America called DIMPLES. And so let's give a big, warm welcome to Mr. Dimples himself, the one and only Sal Ferraro.
Yo,
Hi, Sal. How you doing?
pretty good. Good. How you doing, there, Johnny?
Really good. Looking great, Sal. Yeah, tell me, Sal. Tell me all about the history of Dimples and how did it get started, the history of it.
Well, why don't I start from the beginning, when I was born?
Okay.
I was born in a little city called Utica, New York in 1930. And
I see.
I left there when my father retired from the railroad in 1943. Came out to Los Angeles and we moved to an area called Lincoln Heights. And I was 13 years old. The Second World War was still going on. And I was going to a school, a junior high school called Nightingale. Then I went to a school called, in the 9th grade, Lincoln High School, Lincoln. And I graduated from Lincoln in 1946. And then I went to LAC College. I went there for about 2 years. After that, I got tired of there and I went to Pasadena City College for about a year. And then I went on to John Muir for about a year. And then to Glendale City College for a year. And finally, San Fernando State College. I just didn't want to go to work, so I went to school. Then I finally went to work. I worked for the railroad here, Southern Pacific, for about a year as a clerk, doing checking the cars. After that, what did I do? I don't know. I didn't do too much. And I was even a radio disc jockey in between, really. Like KW, I think the station was. I was there when I started selling cars and I wanted to promote myself. And I went on this radio and did commercials and tried to hustle me on my cars. So me and my brother, who worked for Frank Taylor Ford then, that was downtown LA, as used car salesman, I got tired of it after about 6 months. And I decided to open our own used car lot, me and my brother. And we went to Sunland Honda up on Foothill Boulevard. I don't know if you know where that is. and I opened Banner Auto Sales, a used car lot, this little junk car, nothing very big. And we did that for about 2 or 3 years. And then I got the franchise for Fiat, little cars, gas was expensive. And we got a franchise for Fiat, Alfa Romeo, and a couple of Italian scooters and all that. And I went on doing that. And that was pretty good for about 8, 9 years. It got to be about 1964. And my girlfriend that I was dating in La Cañada worked at a restaurant in Toluca Lake, which I didn't even know about, never been there. Anyway, she told me about this little bar that was on the corner of Riverside Path. It was for sale or for rent. I don't know, do I want to go into bar business? I wasn't too happy in the car business, so let me try something different. So I went to the guy, talked to him. He said, yeah, I'll lease it to you. So he leased it to me, and I put in a sale deal that I could buy it in 2 years if I liked it, did the repairs that I did. He said, go ahead. So he put an option to buy in there. And I called it the Now Voyager after a movie with Betty Davis and Paul Henry. And I was right at only, 3 blocks from Warner Brothers, pardon me. And I'm doing pretty good. It's a little bar. And then I started taking pictures there. The slides were just coming out, and I was a photographer since high school. And I take these pictures, they had a sign outside, screen test nightly. That was for all the talented people that worked at the studios. And I take these pictures, and I had 3 projectors in there showing the pictures. So you can come in with your girlfriend, sit down, have a few drinks. I take your picture, and then you come back about a week after they were open. There they were on the screen test. People could watch it. We had about 100 slides on each reel. And then we're sliding all over, had 3 of them going like mad. And people loved it, just loved it. And I loved it too. And so that went on for a while. So, because it was just a bar, we didn't have entertainment, and people would drink and just watch, watch the TV. Then I opened my World Travelers. That's a travel agency right in the bar. I had a garage in back and a little office out of it, and World Travelers. Then I start traveling there every month, man. That was crazy. I loved it. Every month I go someplace, take a lot of pictures, come back and show them to the guests. All my good friends there were customers, And I did that for about 8 or 9, 10 years of travel. Wow. So technically, and travel all over the world. I got a pin here. It belongs to the World Travelers Club. You have to visit 100 countries.
100 countries? Wow.
You name it, and I've been there.
What countries? You say 100 countries. What countries did you go to?
I got the passport. I went to Europe, you name it. Spain, France, Scotland, England, London, wherever. They have what's called FAM trips. FAM trips was a very cheap trip that the tour companies used to present to the travel agency. They wanted you to sell their trip. So for you to sell it, you got to go travel. So they would trip that would cost $1,200 to $1,500. They sold you for $150 if you went on it. And I was glad to go for $150.
$150, that's a bargain.
Amazing, Johnny, amazing. And then.
Are any favorites? Was there any favorites of the countries, or you just like them all?
I'm Italian, No, I like them all. Rome, Naples, where my parents were born. I love all those things. They're all nice. You sit back and you're with a group of 30 people, 40 people. Group travel is not. You just got to be alone. So
I see.
Pick a tour. It was very, very nice. And then one guy walked in the bar. He said, "Hey, Sal, there's a bar down the street that's available, and it's got a big parking lot. It's got an apartment above the place. It's got offices. It's tremendous. It's right across from Warner Brothers Studios." You know, I'll go take a look at it. I was only 4 blocks away, but I never knew about it. So he takes me over there, and I look at it. Hey, not bad, not bad, not bad. Looked at it, and yeah, I think I can handle it. In the meantime, I had bought the building where I was at. You know, what was it, 150,000 I paid for it, for the building and the bar and everything. But down the street, so I went in there and I got it, and signed the lease for 27 years. Pardon me. And started going good, but I didn't want the same thing as the other bar, you know. The same thing, you know. Who wants it? Who wants the same thing as slide projector? Because I just wanted to keep that separate. So I started trying different things, and I tried swing dancing, running an instructor, and you could, you know, learn how to dance and stuff, play swing music, which I liked anyway, you know. And did that for about 9 years, no, about a year and a half. And then I happened to go to a party about it. I went to a party where they had a little machine where everybody got and sang. It was a karaoke machine. And people were lined up to sing. Would never stop. I couldn't believe it. Because people get up and sing any kind of song. So then I thought, well, what a good idea to make that into the club and expand it in a disco booth and play all these records. So I brought it in there, opened up a booth, and made a booth, and put a karaoke machine in there. So people had to sing. So they would come in and get on stage and sing. But if you didn't know the words and weren't a very good singer, you were in trouble, you know. Because you had to know all the words. This didn't have any words. And if it had a book, you could read them, but you get stumble, and it was not the greatest. About another 8 months, another karaoke machine came out where it put the words in the TV on the screen, and it would have the bouncing ball. So you would sing word by word by the bouncing ball. And then people didn't even have to know the song. As long as they could read the screen, they could sing if they were a good singer. And that was it. That's when I really got popular. Really got popular. And the people came and they started coming in. And then I started giving them a little cassette tapes of their singing. I had a sign outside. Virgins get a cassette tape. And the first time singer, you get a cassette tape. If you came in the second time, I couldn't afford to give it to you. So anyway, I had that sign out there for about a year, and people would come in, and I'd give them tapes and all that. And then they came out with CDs, and I would give them a CD. You know. And I put the show all over the world on, you know, TV. And get on some channel that they can play it in New York. They can watch the show in New York if they were in New York or Colorado or wherever they were. They could watch it. It was well known. It was all over the country. Then they came out with DVDs. Then the people really got crazy. And boy, did they want those DVDs. They're classics. And that's when I started getting all these big shows there. Jay Leno, Jimmy Kimmel, all these guys used to come over and see the shows. And then they got to be so big. Celebrities like mad used to come in there. I'll show you some pictures that I've taken of my celebrities.
Yeah, I'd like to see them. Let's see this picture of your celebrities. So
this is Olivia Newton-John.
fantastic.
At her birthday, didn't sing, but she had her birthday for her daughter. Katy Perry sang. That's Katy Perry.
Oh yeah.
She sang. She was a beautiful girl, beautiful, and sang good. And who else came there? Britney Spears. She was great. She sang.
Miss Britney Spears?
Yeah, for free. I didn't have to pay them nothing.
Oh, wow.
They sang Britney Spears, Jessica Simpson, great.
Oh, yeah, Jessica Simpson. Yeah.
Jessica Simpson. There's George Lucas and Serena Williams. Serena Williams is a tennis player.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Tennis player.
they all got up and sang. I just loved it. We had a good sound system and everything. Chris Chardy's Theron and
Charlize Theron.
Gloria Gaynor. She was beautiful.
Oh, Gloria Gaynor from I Will Survive, she sang.
Also, even Charlize Christian got up and sang.
Charlize Theron, yes.
Theron, yeah.
Theron.
Great. She was great. She don't sing in the movies. She sang at my club.
They're having a lot of fun. Yeah, they're having a lot of fun there. Yeah.
And Bobby Brown came in here, and everybody knows him.
Oh, yeah, Bobby Brown.
Yeah. Anyway, here's the Playmates and Tori Spelling.
Tori Spelling.
Yeah, and the Playmates.
The Playmates. Oh, yeah, Tori Spelling. Yeah. Aaron Spelling's daughter, the actress.
Yeah, he was after Playmates.
That's very interesting.
I will come and call.
You have all kinds of celebrities.
Jennifer Hewitt.
Jennifer Lee Hewitt.
Love Hewitt.
Love Hewitt. Yeah, Jennifer Love Hewitt. Yeah. A lot of recognizable celebrities.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel. Oh, yeah, with Kathy Lee Gifford.
Yeah.
I remember Jimmy. That's where I met Jimmy right there in your bar.
You're kidding, yeah? Oh my God, yeah, that was very
good. Jimmy handed me his card from. He said it was for KROQ. He was working for KROQ.
Yeah, a TV show then at the time. Right?
And he said, "I'll promote you on the radio." That's right. And he ended up eventually putting me on his show. That was great. He was having a fun time with Kathy Lee Gifford.
And Eric McCormick. Remember Eric McCormick?
Eric McCormick is another one.
From Will and Grace.
Oh, yeah, Will and Grace.
Dennis Haskin, Dave by the Bell, he'd be in there all the time. He was in love with my waitress.
Dennis, the principal, my friend, Dennis. Yeah. Great guy, Dennis Haskins.
There's another guy from Saved by the Bell, Mario
Lopez.
Yeah. Great guy.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Well, you have so many celebrities that just flock to your club.
David Spade and Anthony Sophia.
Oh yeah, David Spade. It's another one.
You see him? Yeah.
Boy.
Kiefer Sutherland, he's crazy.
Kiefer Sutherland. Oh yeah, another
crazy.
one.
He was crazy.
Yeah, that's
pants off one night, huh?
That's a smorgasbord of celebrities. It really is.
Yeah.
Wow, those are happy memories, Sal.
Patrick Swayze.
Who? Patrick Swayze. Oh yeah, Patrick Swayze. Yeah.
What was the great movie he made then? What was the movie about dancing?
Dirty Dancing. Patrick Swayze did Dirty Dancing with Jennifer Grey.
Yeah, great, man.
Oh yeah. Great dancer, great actor. You name it, you have it. You have so many happy memories. So many celebrities are just.
B.B. King.
B.B. King. Oh, that's a great.
Oh. Yeah, he's a great star.
He's a great rocker. B.B. King.
Pat Patterson.
Who?
Patty Patterson. What was his name? What? Rob Patterson.
Oh, Rob Patterson. That's another one. Another actor, Rob Patterson.
Justin Long. He was some kind of a TV star.
Who is that now?
Justin
Who is
Long.
that, Phil? Who was that? That last one.
There's Charles Barkley, the basketball player.
Charles Barkley. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basketball player Charles Barkley.
Yeah. But these are just a few of the stars, man. Rob Fukasaki was sportscaster for
Oh yeah, he's a sportscaster, right? I've seen Rob.
right.
I've seen Rob in your club. I've seen Rob Fukasaki. Yeah.
Remember Roscoe Brown?
Russell Brown. Yeah. Wow.
Roscoe Lee Brown is being almost every night.
Oh, Roscoe Lee Brown. That's another one.
Yeah.
That was in February 2002.
Susan Anton.
Who?
Susan Anton. If you don't know her, sometimes.
What's her name? What was it again? I didn't hear that.
Susan Anton.
Oh, Susan Anton. Oh yeah, she's a top actress. She used to be married. She was married to Dudley Moore. Susan Anton.
Oh, great. Was she actress? Singer both. Great.
You remember Dudley Moore? She was married to him.
Yeah.
She's a little short actress. She was over 60.
I have a lot more.
You have many.
I see them. I can get them for you, but
Well, you have a lot of happy memories there.
yeah, well, I enjoy it, man.
Right. So,
It's a place to go.
what's your average on your workday now? What does your workday look like as far as, and how many hours did you work in
I
Dimples?
used to go in the morning about 2 or 3 hours, and then go back at night and come in at 9 o'clock and work till 2. I was there every night.
You truly love what you're doing, it sounds like.
Yeah, well, simple. It's the bar business, and of course I had I used to have a DJ. I used to have a person on stage that ran the show. That was my thing, and that's why I got so popular.
You had a lot of props, didn't you? A lot of props, all kinds of things, didn't you? And you had a lot of promotional items. It's like you had dimple T-shirts and color computerized photos, like you're showing.
Yeah, but that's on birthdays. You give a T-shirt on birthdays to the girls, songs to the girls, do all that stuff.
Yeah, you did the champagne and the whipped cream, and I remember the song.
Champagne for everybody in their party. It's classic. I enjoy doing it,
Where did that song come from? You had a song, "You Pissed Me Off, You Jerk, You Get On My Nerves." Remember that song when you did the birthday?
I forget the name of the rodeo song, probably. I forget.
So they were all there. Did you create all those promotional ideas?
No, yeah, I learned. I never had any experience in the bar business. I did everything as it came to me along. After being, it got to be about 50 years till I closed in 2015. I closed after 36 years with Dimples.
You were there. You were there for
26 years with the Voyager. I closed the Voyager in 2000.
How many years were you at the Voyager before you were at Dimples? Was that about
I was in there 1964 to 2000.
I see. 64 to 2000.
30 some
Quite
years.
a long time.
Yeah, about 50 years. I love the business.
And then you were 33 years at Dimples.
Travel business, and I love that business. Everything I love, It was very enjoyable. Couldn't be asked for anything better. But then Chuck Cusimano came, and he bought all the property out.
Let me ask you. I want to ask you about.
After the 27 years, they never renewed my license, and I still was there, but I had, I could.
That's what I want to ask you. I want to ask you, Sal. When Bar Rescue came out to improve your bar, did you know you were going to lose Dimples? That Dimples was going to go out of business?
No, yeah, I didn't. Okay, I didn't think he'd tear down these apartments because they were all apartments, and that was his business, apartment. But he did. He tore it down. They put the big on the ground floor, Whole Food Market right on the ground floor.
So when he came out, you knew that Dimples was going to go out of business at that point.
Yeah,
right?
then I bought a bar up the street, but I sold it because Chuck was costing me a lot. I bought a nice bar up in the heart of Toluca Lake, so I know I only bought the property. But after I realized that he had, apartments, I didn't think he'd tear them down to put better apartments up, and he did that. But that was the sad part about it all.
In all the time you did this, I know you created and owned Dimples, and I know you're leasing the property. Did you ever think about owning the actual land of Dimples?
Yeah, I tried, but they couldn't buy it because it was incorporated with a whole bunch of other pieces of property.
Oh, I
Buy
see.
it wasn't for sale.
Oh, so you okay? So you couldn't buy it.
No,
Okay.
you couldn't buy it. No, they wouldn't sell it.
Oh, they wouldn't. They
Well,
wouldn't.
the other actually tried to buy it, depending on what the price was. But
Oh, I see. Oh,
I was
let
just
me ask
kicked
you now.
out.
What kind
Just
of
down
music?
to 15.
What was your, as far as music goes? What kind of karaoke music, and what kind of music was your favorite? I mean, it could be rock or oldies but goodies or popular.
I'm a Frank Sinatra fan. Dean Martin,
Oh,
Sammy Davis. I used to love those guys. I
Frank
had a
Sinatra.
lot of pictures of them on the wall and stuff. And,
Really? What was there about Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr.? Oh,
Martin,
what was there about Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr. that you really, and Dean Martin that you
I
really
grew up
liked?
with. I grew up with him.
Oh, did you ever see him in concert? Did you ever see these?
No, no, I went to Frank's birthday party 1982. One of my customers was a guy called Dick Link, and he was the manager of Andy Griffith.
Hmm,
And, he got invited because he was close to everybody, and
really?
I went with him, and we went to
Oh, so you
everybody.
did see? So you saw Sinatra? You saw him
Yeah,
in? Right.
I was 82 years old then,
Wow.
and I went to that party.
Wow. That's really great. That's really super.
And I never talked to him, but I've seen him.
Hmm, I see. Wow. So basically, you created something totally unique that was totally never been done, and I guess you truly love what you're doing all the way around. You have a personality about you in which I always thought, and I believe, and I'm correct, that you attract people like a magnet, Sal.
Well, the time was very good, And, I had a big sign outside Hollywood. It was over the hill in Burbank, and gave things away. And don't forget, I gave those DVDs away. I used to have to buy hundreds of DVDs. And people would come in and they want the DVD of them singing, and I used to have to give it to them.
I
So
see.
I did that. That was a big, big thing, and it was a fun
So the
place.
television shows, let me ask you, the movies and television shows and the commercials that were done at your, can you tell me all about that at your club?
Well,
There were
I've been
TV shows and
in
movies,
commercials and stuff.
commercials. Tell me all, describe the TV
The
shows.
remember is not that good from now on, but they did a lot of stuff. It was
Can you describe the TV shows and commercials and movies that were filmed over there at
a
the,
couple of movies were shot there, and some commercials. I can't remember. I can't remember.
okay.
You know. So,
But you had Jay Leno there, and you did,
I'm 90 years old, man.
well, you're doing a great job, Sal. You're doing
I
fantastic.
enjoyed it very, very, very much. Had a great time. Still looking for a bar, but in these times with the
Right. Well, I guess you had
not
Jay
interested.
Leno, you had
No.
Jimmy Kimmel. I guess you
Pardon?
had all those people. You had Jay Leno did filming there apparently, and Jimmy Kimmel came into your bar.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you had, I guess no, it was past Johnny Carson. It was okay, so it wasn't.
No, Jay Leno, but they brought their shows there. Not them, so they
Right.
didn't come in customers.
And
They
apparently
brought
Jimmy
their
Kimmel
show
came
there,
in there
did the show and put it on the air.
with Kathy Lee Gifford. Okay, and then you had some kind of there was a dating show, I think, a Cupid show, I think, and there's some kind of commercials that you had there.
What was that again?
There was I think, a dating show, I think, covered you, and also INLA, right?
When they came there, and it's like another show, did a little commercial.
Right. Okay.
That was it.
So as you
Okay,
love
I'm
what
still
you're
looking.
doing.
I got all my stuff in storage.
Yeah, what
But
about memorabilia? I want to ask you about memorabilia now. You have a lot of memorabilia. Can you tell me about the memorabilia you have in your bar? And do you still have it? Have you sold any at all?
Yes, I got it. It's all in storage, though. I've got big, real movie cameras. I got editing machines, film editing that they use commercially. Uh, all kinds of stuff. All pictures of the actors that have been there and stuff that the collectors would collect. And they come into my place is like a museum. Or Hollywood, though, just Hollywood. And it was something beautiful. I enjoyed it very much.
That's
That
great.
was like that.
It sounds like it. You have any member? What about people now that came? People that you knew that came in your bar. You know, people like Dick Klein or Dennis Haskins or there was what was her name? Sunshine Kriegsman to some people. Al Zuniga. You remember some of those people?
Yeah, we used to before the coronavirus set in, we used to meet once a month at a karaoke bar, which was like zero. They had no MC, they had no nothing. You just get up there and sing, but they had the words you could read. And we meet once a month, about 10, 15 of us. And I had the same area, but it wasn't nothing like Dimple.
You're talking
They,
about.
they wouldn't give you nothing. You just had to get up there and sing, and that was it.
So you're talking about Dimple reunions. That's right.
Yeah, every month I used to have one.
Right. Right.
Now, this Corona balance came into it.
Right. I
I
got you.
said, forget it, man. Forget it.
Well, if you now you have no regret. Okay, if you were to do it over again, um, how would you feel? I mean, is this something that you love so much that you have no regrets about what you did? Is that correct?
I would do it the same way. It was perfect the same way. Thank God I fell right into it. It was a perfect way to do it. I enjoyed it, and when you enjoy something you do, man, you can't beat that.
I see.
In the 80s, when I was doing most of the work, I used to walk about 5 miles a night, giving these gifts away. Back and forth. Every time somebody would sing, I had to get the gift, find them in the audience, and give it to them. Come back. I would have to do the birthday, take pictures, and do this and do that. It was did a lot of walking, but I enjoyed it. If you enjoy something, you do it good.
Right. So in other words, it sounds like it was profitable for you, but your passion, probably the passion is had more meaning to you than anything else, or because you love what you're doing. Is that correct?
Yeah, I came to a point where I thought I had to give back. I was making so much money that I thought I'd spend and give it back to the customers.
I see.
And I felt that way because I enjoyed it so much. To me, I was having a ball. Every night I'd be there 9 o'clock, 7 nights a week.
You loved it. You truly loved it. That's your life.
Oh, you sang there. You sang. You should know how.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Like I told you many times, Sal, I've known you for a long time. My finest days in karaoke were with you. There was no other place that's like anything like yours. You are one of a kind, and it's just unique. It's just spectacular. It's just great all the way around. It really is.
I agree with you 100% because nobody did all that, but I did.
Nobody else does what you did. Nobody else did. You just have that creativity and your personality, and you loved it, and people saw it, and they picked up on it. And it was your location. It's the way you ran the place. It was so entertaining, and no other place can ever compare to what you did. So
I agree with you. 100%.
Right.
Because I knew I made it the best. And when people were so satisfied, once they get up there and sing, it felt like professional singers. Everything there.
I have a collection of your DVDs on my entertainment website on johnnyblaze.com. I have many, but you can't get anymore from Dimples. That's correct.
Oh, not from anybody. There's nobody
You
that
can't get that. Of course not.
all these karaoke's. In fact, I think it's dying right now. Karaoke. You should know. You sing karaoke bars. Are there many karaoke bars alive?
Well, now that there's a pandemic, now the bars will be the last thing to come back. With the pandemic and karaoke.
But even without the pandemic, it was dying.
Oh yeah, there are places. I went to many other places they cannot compare to you. To me, your place is the Disneyland of karaoke. Really is.
I agree with you 100%.
Now, Sal,
One of a kind.
I want to ask you about Bar Rescue now. When Bar Rescue came in to improve your place, what was there about? Tell me about the things that you liked about what they did.
Bar Rescue, when they did that TV show, I remember that. It was
Right.
kind of nice because it gave me some exposure and stuff. And, it's because I had a lot of bills and stuff. And they said they were going to help me. But they picked out the place because they enjoyed it. They knew the location was Hollywood, across from NBC Studios, NBC down the street, Warner Brothers, Universal over there, all the a big location. So they wouldn't get a lot of exposure on that. But they took all the stuff out, they put all my junk out, and they tried to make it more larger, more looking for money. But as soon as they left, I put everything back in. It was all over. That was kind of funny. But it was a lot of exposure. It was nice to be on the
Exposure,
TV.
but the memorabilia though they took out, you ended up putting it back in the club.
Right back in, yeah. Yeah, they threw out a couple of bars. I had some back bars in the back room. They threw those out.
Right.
I never had them back, but the memorabilia I kept, and I put it back in.
Well, that was important.
Back like it was all the time.
I didn't think that was very nice what they did with Roberto, your chef. They really worked him over, and he ended up having to call 911 and go to the hospital. I didn't think that was very nice what they did, but
I was a little excited. They didn't like the way he cooked or how he did things. But he was a pretty old guy. But he was a good chef, Roberto.
Right.
But good employees, beautiful people.
They put a music system too. They put a karaoke system in your wall where you can a modern day karaoke. What did you think of that?
It was good. No, it was. They did some good. They did some upgrading.
And they took out your dance floor. They did quite a bit. I know. So
it was good. It was well worth it.
It was worth it, huh? Okay. So unfortunately, I guess there was no way to save Dimples. I know a friend of mine, his name is Dennis, hippie Dennis, you know what I'm talking about. Not Dennis Haskins, the other Dennis Miller. Dennis Miller wanted to make a historical monument, Dimples, but he wasn't able to do that.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
You remember that? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It took in a lot of money. There was a lot of money involved in that redevelopment.
Right.
Millions. It was almost an acre.
So let me ask you something. Now this is going. What are the kind of things that you like to do now? What are you basically doing to keep yourself busy?
Open another karaoke bar.
That's what you want to do. You want to open up another karaoke bar.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'd have to find another bar. Okay.
Yeah, but before this January, before the Corona prevailed, I wouldn't open one now with all the trouble going. So I have to wait till this is all over, and then look. Hopefully, a lot of guys go broke.
Okay.
There, have the too expensive rent.
So you do want to find. You still want to look after Corona virus is over and things go back to normal. You want to find another place. Is that what you're?
I got 2 stores up in Oswald Dulce. 2 storage containers full of my stuff. It's from Dimples.
Well, with your experience, you're the man you're the man.
Huh?
I said, with your experience, you're the man that can attract people, the right location, the right price.
Well, it takes time, though. It takes time. You can't do it overnight.
No, of course not. That's true.
Dimples has got a good name. And
how did you come up with Dimples, too, by the way? How did you come up with the name Dimples? How did you come up with that?
Shirley Temple movie. I'm their Warner Brothers.
I see. So you were a fan of Shirley.
Now Voyager, a movie. They're both movies. So I used to admire Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple was something.
Pictures of her, I have a whole section devoted to Shirley Temple.
There'll never be a Shirley Temple again. She was a child prodigy. What a talented young little girl. Yeah. Right. Well, this is your life. I will say this about you, Sal Ferraro. You have had, and you still have, a very exciting and very interesting life. What do you do now to keep yourself from being bored while you're hoping to open up another karaoke bar in the future? What do you do right now?
You can't go out.
Right.
I can't even go to a karaoke bar. It's crazy.
That's true.
So nothing. I stay home and relax.
I see. Do you ever feel like getting out and walking a little bit around the area, perhaps to get some exercise? Or
I love that. What channel is it? It's 113 on mine. It's Turner Classic Movies. Love it.
Turner Classic.
Love old movies from the 40s.
You love Turner Classic Movies, huh?
Yeah, love it.
What is there about Turner Classic Movies that makes you love that you?
Well, that's where I'm from basically from when I used to go to the show. I haven't been to a regular movie in 10 years.
I guess they don't make them like they used to, right? Okay.
That's the way I like them. Maybe they must sell them to other people, but they don't sell them to me.
You know what you love.
Like times, that's the first section that I throw out, the calendar section. They don't even recognize anything.
What kind of movies? What kind of movies do you go for?
Any kind, Western, Indian, as long as they're all good actors, the old time actors.
Something that's something with a good plot, right? Okay,
Lot of good movie actors, all
right,
the good actors from that era.
right,
Love it, love it.
right, Sal. Well, that's Sal. Like I say, you are. Like I say, there's no one else like you. You're one of a kind. You are unforgettable. You're unique. You're very interesting. And it's certainly an honor and pleasure to talk to you, Sal. That it is.
Just remember, I'm going to open up if I can. I haven't found the place yet, but I'm still looking.
Well, never give up, because once you give up, you're finished. And remember, quitters never win and winners never quit. That's for sure. And you are a winner in every way, shape, and form, Sal. You're a trailblazer in this business. That you are. I've said it before and I'll say it again many times. And Sal, all I can say is I want to thank you very much. You are. I've had many. This is you're my ninth episode, but to me, you're the most interesting of them all. That you are.
You're a good customer, John. Thank you very much.
It's certainly my pleasure, Sal. It's my pleasure. I want to thank, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank my guest, Sal Ferraro, the one and only Mr. Dimples. Very much. Thank you for being such a great guest, Sal. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, always keep a smile on your face and a song in your heart. Happy trails and blaze out.
Ladies and gentlemen, anyone who wants to promote themselves on a Zoom talk show, feel free to send us an email at theamazingoriginalJB@gmail.com. The Amazing Original Johnny Blaze has just left the building.